We go all the way back to the first Big Bang, and it was all one solid mass. So everything just came from one. So like the moon was our twin Earth. Like we were twins with the moon until we got hit, and it just sort of kind of came like this and became our moon. But like we can still feel the energy, and that might be the power to make me pregnant.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Welcome back to the show. I'm still here with the beautiful and glowing Gigi of Shahs of Sunset. Future science teacher, I feel like you should be. That made perfect sense. I never knew how you could have gotten pregnant, but the stars aligned, and here it is, Gigi.
It's the moon and the Grenian sex that make it happen.
Duh. I just was making sure you knew that was what it was. And your pregnancy for you has been a little bumpy, as we say. How's everything going now with you right now?
Right now, everything's honestly amazing. I couldn't have asked for a more smooth ride through pregnancy.
I love that.
Yeah, it's been like I've heard so many horror stories of women, what they experience going through pregnancy, and I think I was just clenching, thinking that that's gonna happen to me, and nothing ever happened to me. The only hard part is now, which I can't sleep on my stomach, and I wake up 20 times to pee, but that's it.
But that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Well, MJ was actually here last week, and speaking of motherhood, she said it suited you so well. Has she given you any advice on being a mother?
No, MJ hasn't given me any advice, but I don't really think we're in a place where advice is welcome.
Okay.
She's reached out a few times in attempts, but I don't want to have her as an enemy, but I also don't want to have her as a friend right now either. So it's just,
Best to not be dramatic and let the pregnancy play out. Have you met baby Shams at all?
I have not.
Any interest in the future of meeting baby Shams?
I mean, he's an innocent, adorable, young little baby.
So
he's
cute.
done nothing to me, but, so has nothing to do with him. I would love to meet him, and I would love for my child to one day meet him. I mean, I'd probably have the nanny take my child to meet Shams if MJ's there, but...
Okay, interesting, Gigi. Well, we got to get into it because on last night's episode, we got to see you finally get the okay to implant an embryo right before you went on a mud run, which seems crazy, which made the race a little more complicated. Let's watch.
I'm wearing 6 estrogen patches on me right now. These other people obviously don't have RA, and they're obviously not about to get pregnant in a week. I don't have to, get so muddy like certain people maybe, and I don't have to run. I'm doing like a dirt walk.
I like the two things it is, a mud and a run. You're like, don't need either of those right now. You're Gigi, you get to decide your own rules.
It's a dirt walk, just get a little dirty and walk it through.
Well, I gotta be honest. I mean, first off, a mud run alone is hard, but how did you manage it, with estrogen packs all over you and your RA and the hormones pumping through you? How did you manage to do it? And why did you do it?
The estrogen patches, I swear, and the vaginal suppositories, I may or may not have known from personal experience, but it's like having a lot of cocaine.
Oh, God.
You get so much energy from these, patches. So it's like I wake up like, like amped. So I felt like I can do it, but I physically can't do it. So I would try, and then I was like, oh my God, I can't do this.
My God.
It was hard. It was hard.
Would you do another mud run / dirt walk in the future?
100%.
Oh, so it was fun.
100%. I would. I mean, my mom is amazing. Still in this age of hers, she would do this and beat everybody at it. So I want to be that type of mom too, So I would definitely go at it this again without all the, hormones.
The stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, the stuff. Well, you made it through the obstacles of the race, but the gang is still navigating the obstacles of life, it seems. This season started off with accusations against Adam that really pushed Reza over the edge. He nearly fought Ali at that restaurant. Yeah. Why do you think things escalated so quickly?
That's a big word to use, harassment. That's a very, very big word to use. And I mean, I'm just happy that I wasn't at that, lunch, because I would have lost my shit if I heard that word. I love Adam to another level, and he's such a sweet, sensitive guy that it's like when you hear that, it triggers something inside of you if you genuinely know him. So, I mean, I don't blame Reza. Reza hasn't liked this other character that's, making the accusations for quite some time. I was friends with him through Adam, but when I heard what had happened about 2 years ago in Las Vegas at MJ's Bachelorette, I threw him to the side as well.
Wow.
So we all know kind of what he's capable of. So I think that kind of just pushed Reza over the edge.
I mean, even as a fan, it surprised me. As you said, harassment is a weighted word. And to hear it about Adam, it was like, really?
Yeah.
Adam?
Yeah.
Like, what people? Well, Reza later gave everyone an ultimatum about ending their friendships with Ali. Do you think it was right for him to do that?
You know, I have been in similar situations, and I don't like to give people ultimatums when it comes to that. But in this particular situation, when someone is out here using words like harassment,
big word.
That's a very big word, and that's kind of like saying if you're affiliated to that, that means you're accepting of what he's doing. And that's not a person I would want to be friends with either. So I can totally empathize with Reza.
Well, ultimately, Reza made up with Destiny at the mud race, but had some pretty strong thoughts about MJ's involvement in the whole debacle. As you know, let's watch that again.
We're good. Me and you are good.
You're too important.
I don't think Destiny was involved. Dude, she's busy. She's not been held up at home on bed rest with Battleship open, moving chess pieces around, trying to figure out.
I love Reza. So shady. I feel like I know your answer to this one, but are you on Team MJ or Team Reza with this one?
I'm always on Team Gigi, no matter what. I stick to my own beliefs. Reza and I are in a great place right now only because he took ownership of a lot of the things from our past and he made amends and he just kept saying, I'm sorry and I want to move forward. Had MJ done that, I would be okay with her too. So now it goes down to, I have always been the one in Reza's shoes. I've always been the one where the tactics and the plots have been against. So I empathize with Reza. I understand what it feels like when someone's sitting at home plotting, trying to make themselves a little bit more relevant and jeopardizing 30 years. I mean, that's a lot.
They've known each other their entire lives, basically.
So I'm team right or wrong, and in this situation, MJ's in the wrong.
Well, I thought it was wild that Reza called MJ while she was in ICU to ask about what she talked to Ali about. What did you think of that?
I don't think anybody really knew what MJ was going through because she wasn't responding to anyone about what was happening. All that Reza knew was that she was going to, how it was time to have the baby. Nobody knew this
severe, right?
If it was as severe as she says, nobody really knew. Nobody knew. So it wasn't like, I know Reza, he would not hit her up if he knew that she was just wide open like that or just practically died. I mean, that's really heartless, but I don't really believe the extent that.
You think MJ's milking it?
I think she's expanding on the truth.
Expanding on the truth. Okay, this is like 2020 politics talk, Gigi, like alternative facts here. What makes you not believe her?
I just know her. I know her. She's somehow always been a victim in situations. And again, I've always been in Reza's shoes in the situation. It's always been her plotting, but there's always been an excuse to give her the pass, whether it was her father's situation, her mother being the way she is, her dog dying, her being overweight, her being a pill bottle. There was always a reason that she was just let off the hook. And now she's sort of saying, I almost died. And so that gives you a reason to go shit on your friendships. Like that doesn't give you any justification. So whether you were actually dying or not, why did you have to plan all that up until you almost died?
Right, just to play the victim and
right.
the victim card.